I wanted to respond to a comment I got on my Catholic voting video about whether one should vote for Trump or Hillary Clinton or a third-party candidate. And I didn't get it. It was just a comment. It was a statement. It was a statement from Pope Francis saying, essentially, those that build walls are not Christian. And I understand the question there. I don't think there was meant to be a question, but there should be. There should be a question there. And the question is, and of course I've already replied to this, but I just thought it was so important that, you know, a video needed to be done on it so other people could listen as well. As a Catholic, if you're a Catholic, when you were trying to weigh out who to vote for, it can't be on one particular issue. You have to look at all of the issues, and of course each issue carries a different moral weight as well. Okay, so we talked about in the last video just warfare doctrine, and we talked about also abortion. Okay, so we talked about the genocide of abortion. We've talked about the unjust wars that have been fought, started by Bush, continued under Obama and Clinton, and Clinton's unjust war in Libya. And also last time I forgot to mention this, and I put it in the comments section, also Syria. You know, what a lot of people don't understand right now is that the United States, under Hillary Clinton and Obama, but this, again, Libya thing was Clinton's baby, but talking about Syria, this again, another unjust war. This is a proxy war between the United States and Russia. You know, Russia is supporting Assad, and we are essentially funding anybody that will fight him, including terrorist organizations. And so if you want to look at who's funding that kind of stuff, look no further than your own country. And why? Well, there's a lot going on there. You need to look into the issues as far as geopolitical strategy and why people would want to do that, but that's not what this video is about. That's a whole other video. So the question that I got essentially was, it was about the wall. The moral weight of immigration, whether somebody wants to build a wall or not and just keep everybody out, does not supersede the moral weight of murdering millions of people in a war, or murdering millions of babies in a genocide we haven't seen since the Gestapo, and genocide we haven't seen since the Bolshevik Revolution with Russia and everything that Stalin did. So, of course, we could talk about Mao too and all that stuff. Its moral weight is so much heavier than whether or not somebody comes to this country to improve their life or not. So, me personally, and I'm talking in terms that are American here, I personally don't subscribe to the idea that liberalism, in the classical sense, is something that's a good. I see a lot of errors in the way the country was founded. But, just speaking in terms of somebody who lives in this country, I lean libertarian on the idea of immigration. I certainly don't want to see a wall, but that's not going to stop me voting for Trump. And actually, anybody who has family, if you're Hispanic and this is your background, I would encourage you to check out the Milton Friedman's work on this, especially. It's very interesting because he brings up some good points. Our system is purposely, why haven't they solved the illegal immigration problem? It's been a long time. Why is nobody doing anything about it? It's a nice political football. The issue is that we have a country that is a massive welfare state. We didn't used to have that in this country. Back when 2 and 3 generations ago, when the Italian side of my family was coming here, there wasn't Social Security. There weren't any of these massive programs there to take care of people. You essentially came here to get a better job and a better life through hard work. The other side of my family goes all the way back to the kings in England, so no point in going back that far. But the problem with illegal immigration and the welfare state is that the incentive then is to keep immigration illegal, particularly from Mexico, because they are filling jobs that are on a lower rung, and also we don't have to get into paying them Social Security or any of those things. And make no mistake, the state and neither one of the parties want to have to deal with that either, because they're not stupid when it comes to the budget. So this is why it's remaining illegal. Also, if you don't have a minimum wage standard, it allows more people to work and get job experience and skills and build up, an actual resume. So the way Milton Friedman puts it, and it's a good way to put it, is that when you put a minimum wage law in place, it's actually taking the only weapon away that some of these people have, is to offer their labor for a little bit less. And as far as unions go, I have no problem with unions. I think that unions are great. However, what we need to look at is state involvement. All right, we don't want state involvement in attacking people that are trying to unionize to negotiate with the company to get a better wage. So we don't want the state taking the company's side. But then again, we don't want the state taking the union's side either, because that puts an undue burden on the company as well. People should not have to, when you're entering into a mutually beneficial contract, if either person has a gun, it's eventually not going to be mutually beneficial. It's just one person trying to take advantage of the other person. So the state should not be involved in that at all. So hopefully, if you're liberal, if you're if you usually vote for the Democratic Party, these are some things that you'll consider. But if you're Catholic, you definitely can't vote for Hillary Clinton. Like I said, she is certainly the death candidate. I went through all the reasons. She's a warmonger. She's pro-abortion, and she's not just pro-abortion, but she would love to see partial birth abortion. She's come out in support of this kind of thing. These are things that just go completely against the Catholic faith. They're both mortally sinful. And no Catholic should be voting for a candidate that does those kind of things. And of course, I went through all the reasons why we should choose Trump and what Cardinal Burke said about voting third party or writing in a candidate or not voting at all. So please take some time to go back to that video and look at it. Also, I had some people question the mask and why I was wearing it. The humidity happened to be particularly bad. I have mycotoxin, like mold illness, and also Lyme disease, and so I go through really bad periods of chronic inflammation and pain in my joints and in my muscles, and when I put that mask on, most of my symptoms are relieved. I don't have it on today because my filters actually started making me sicker because they collect mold spores, and when the humidity's up, it's water, right? Water vapor in the air. It's eventually going to start helping grow things, because those filters are a good medium for that because they've been collecting spores. So anyway, that's why you'll sometimes see me in the mask, because I'm trying to get better so I can take care of my family again. By the way, I do have a GoFundMe page, so if you want to be like super Catholic and you want to help me out, you can go to my GoFundMe page. You can search for it. My name is Anthony Chiozza, Chiozza. Just search it out on GoFundMe. I've been trying to start a business to take care of my family again. My health has been affected very seriously for the last 3 years, and I'm just now starting to make some progress. If you have any health issues, like if you've been diagnosed with MS or ALS or Parkinson's, or one of the weird diseases that apparently has no known cause, like fibromyalgia, you might want to give a look at some of the videos I've done on Lyme disease and also on mold poisoning and those kind of things. You'll hear it called environmental illness sometimes, because also people have chemical sensitivities too. So anyway, thanks for listening. God bless.